There are new questions about whether police missed an attempt to find a kidnapped girl a couple of hours before she was rescued. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock, about 2:30 Sunday morning at a Forest Hill hotel. Fort Worth police arrested Michael Webb and rescued the 8-year-old girl he's accused of kidnapping Saturday night. Now Forest Hill police say they were at the same hotel room on a tip about the kidnapping, talked to Webb and searched the room for the girl, but did not find her.
This as the case moved to federal court, with prosecutors filing a federal kidnapping charge against Webb. Fox 4's Blake Hansen has more now on the kidnapping investigation from that Forest Hill hotel. Blake.
Hey, Heather and Steve, this all ended when some good Samaritans tipped police off after they spotted Webb's car at this hotel here. Forest Hill police have now acknowledged that they visited the hotel a couple hours before the girl was found and even met with Webb on that occasion. And while Forest Hill police were set to talk with the media and explain more about what happened today, they backed out at the last minute. After nearly 8 hours on the run, Fort Worth police found suspect Michael Webb and the 8-year-old girl in a Forest Hill hotel room around 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Now, the Forest Hill Police Department is acknowledging its officers came to the hotel a couple hours earlier. Forest Hill police say someone called a hotel clerk and said they thought they saw the man Fort Worth was looking for in connection with the missing girl, and that he had a girl with him. Officers knocked on the door. After numerous attempts, they were able to make contact with Michael Webb, who was less than cooperative. Police say officers made visual inspection of the areas of the room that appeared to be large enough to conceal the missing child, but found nothing. They also checked the parking lot, but didn't see a car. Forest Hill police gathered media at the department Tuesday to answer questions about what happened. But 10 minutes before a news conference, the department canceled. A captain told Fox 4, "Our legal department has advised that we make no further releases in an effort to ensure that we don't jeopardize the ongoing criminal investigation and any subsequent prosecution." The Fort Worth Police Department is not saying anything either about how Forest Hill police handled the initial contact with Webb and what was or was not passed along to them. The prosecution is now being handled by federal prosecutors. The FBI took Webb into custody Tuesday morning, where he appeared in federal court in the afternoon. He faces a kidnapping charge, but the complaint, which might explain why the feds chose to get involved, remains sealed. Webb's attorney didn't comment.
It's all sealed. I can't talk about anything.
Benson Varghese, a former federal prosecutor not involved in the case, says there's a wide range of reasons the feds can charge him on top of the existing charge for kidnapping in Tarrant County.
In this case, it could be as simple as a person getting on the internet, looking for a hotel. Anything that brought their activity into federal jurisdiction would give the federal court the power to prosecute.
Federal penalties can also carry stiffer sentences in some cases, and according to some court paperwork filed today, Webb could face a maximum of life in prison if convicted. Stephen, Heather.
All right, Blake, so let's talk about the Fort Worth Police Department, because they just released new information about how the Amber Alert was distributed when that kidnapping happened. A lot of questions about this, so what are police saying now?
Yeah, so there's a couple different alerts that go out, both the Amber Alert, which involves the police sending some information to state agencies that actually push out that alert to the public, but there are also alerts that go out over the emergency alert system, and Fort Worth police say they actually have to fax that information to a couple local radio stations in order to get those alerts out. Initially, Fort Worth police said they could only speculate why there was a bit of a delay getting information out over that alert system. But tonight they acknowledged that apparently detectives on scene were having issue with a fax machine that was available at the scene. And so that was never actually sent along. Fort Worth police apologized, and they said that they are working on trying to update that system. They said they'll also be talking with those radio stations, which apparently can only receive that information via fax, to see if there's obviously a more modern way of going about that. Stephen, Heather.